set to kick off.
Parkey now, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lambeau. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20.
He was brought down.
Malcolm Smith there for the stop.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. B.J. Goodson with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. First carry for Nick Chubb. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And, oh, what a catch that time by Landry. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Browns, first down.
Here's Mayfield, eluding the pressure right. He'll run it. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt, and he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
Tackle made.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll run with Chubb, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 5-yard touchdown run, and the Browns have taken the early lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Cody Parkey set to kick off.
Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 for the 26. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the 1st down.
Complete to
Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. Got a man, it's Tanyan complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 32-yard line. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Quarter with the score Browns 7, Packers nothing.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3-3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Now Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he'll get this down only to the 18. They get 1 yard back there to make it 2nd and 14.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Let me breathe for a minute. Let me breathe. It's too hot, drop the top off the wagon. Lay back, flying like dragon. Man, I'm flying past Saturn.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. 6 man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. That's complete to Lazard. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. Shotgun now for Rodgers. His throw caught right around the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Mason Crosby.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. And the 13-year man puts it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Flush to his right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
But we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Mayfield. Packer pressure, and down he goes.
Seems to me that our friend, old momentum, I think he's definitely changed teams in this game.
It's only going to grow after that sack, and now, heck, they can get the ball back here and possibly even get the lead. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
Their own 21-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Check, 93's the mic. 93's the mic. All day, baby, all day.
Throwing is Rodgers. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
Back at the 20.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Kevin Johnson. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
9-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This will make it into the end zone, and the half will begin with a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Mayfield on first down. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
First down, Browns.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Coming right, this is Chubb on the toss. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Chubb, the ball carrier.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Big time drive. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
They run it again with Chubb. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2. Brings up
on 2nd and 12. Mayfield flushed out right. And now Mayfield lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot. In that time, he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
Jones, the ball carrier.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Again, it's Jones. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
With the handoff to
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
good.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. On first down, Rodgers. Going right side here, and that's complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. A gain of 6 there on first.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers. This is caught inside the 15. And they move this all the way down to the 9. It's a gain of 34.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10.
Here we go again. Here we go again. Box it, box it, box it, box it.
Now Jones. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Aaron Jones. Tay Davis on the tackle. A gain of 3.
So it'll be second and goal when we return. We played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now.
We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, mark the screen. Get 300. Screen. Hey, switch here.
They'll try again with Jones. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Garrett.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal.
Third and goal.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal.
Check 55, Mike. 3 bud.
To throw is Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't.
Touchdown, Packers! It's Devontae Adams hauling it in from Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers have taken the lead.
Fourth and goal, and they found a way to throw it in the end zone for a touchdown.
And these defenses, they just like 3 downs, get off the field. But here they had to go 4, couldn't get it done.
A lot of the time, you're looking up and saying, okay, if I hold them for 3, at worst, I give up a field goal attempt. When they go for it, sometimes it really affects the defense because maybe they're not mentally prepared to go that fourth down.
Crosby with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7.
Crosby, the kickoff for Green Bay.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 35.
Every player I know tends to play the game in his mind before it actually happens. There's no way he thought that at this stage of the game, this would be his first big run like that.
Yeah, but it's got to feel for him like the floodgates open, a sigh of relief. Now we'll see if things can open up for him.
See if it can continue.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
They'll run again with Hunt. And he's got some space here. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Brought down at the
that one good for 33 and a first.
At the 1-yard line.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a first and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. They'll try and run it in with Janovich, the fullback. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Taking it in from a yard out. And once again, the Browns are back in front. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Back to throw, Rodgers. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. But now it's third down. Trying to squeeze it in there at this stage of the game. You got to take some chances. Nice job to knock it away, though.
You're so right. Understanding where they are in the game, you got to take that opportunity and maybe thread the needle. Unable to get it done there.
And Adams has it complete. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
1-yard line.
To throw is Rodgers. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Here now is second and 10, again from the 41. He'll look to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 36 yards on the play. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive. And these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
2-yard line.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Let's make these babies cry right now. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? Lynn? Give me some. Give me some. Lynn. 55.
Back to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown. this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Extra point try now for Crosby. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory.
Makes the score Packers 17, Browns 13. Mason Crosby to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and making an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover the pass. Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Gentlemen, green 18. Check, 93's the mark.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Tonight's final score, Packers.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Packers are winners here as we say so long from